Welcome to the HohO Show, rated the #1 most listened to podcast on Pluto. So join us now as we discuss news, politics, current events, and so much more. So clear the airways and strap in as we defend the Constitution. Because freedom matters.
We are broadcasting live from the Cottage Studio, so welcome to the HohO Show, and as always, I am your host, HoHo. So welcome, everybody. Welcome, Spreaker. Welcome, Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, Periscope, and Facebook. How y'all's doing? I hope you guys are doing well. I really do. So, guys, hey, I'm joined in studio today by none other than Ray.
Hello.
Uh-oh. His camera froze. Not really.
Just joking. Gotcha.
Made you wonder. Okay, anyway. So, yeah, how y'all's doing? You know, we... Are you... Uh-oh.
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 Hello, Linda, over there in Spreaker Land. How are you today? My headphones were a little, like, not set for my head there for a sec. Now we're good.
Good?
I guess. I don't know. I think.
You got a big head.
I do. Anyway.
Anywho.
Yeah, huh? So, how you doing, Ray?
Oh, I'm fed up, tired, pissed off.
About as much as I am?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I had some good news today, though.
Oh, yeah? What's your good news?
Got the paper back from the Central Federal Court saying my federal lawsuit against Governor Pritzker is officially filed.
Sweet.
So, no date set, but I'll let you know when I find out.
Awesome. Yeah, Linda said it's a gorgeous weather today, and yeah, it's actually really nice weather over here too. I did just see a video from Dave, Dumbing It Down with Dave, over on YouTube, and it's snowing. Like, it was snowing a lot. I was like, holy crap, Dave, you've got snow. Yeah. So, guys, I tell you what, man, I've been listening to news and listening to articles and listening to just the ridiculousness of everything. Mm-hmm. And are you guys as upset as I am? That's actually kind of what I'm curious about. Are you? My headset is still not right. It's driving me nuts. It's okay. Are you guys as angry as I am? Okay, I'm better now.
Good.
Are you guys as frustrated as I am? Not about the headphones, but are you? I'm kind of curious out there because, you know, the guys. Okay, you know, I might as well just dive right into it. I might as dive. That's a good movie, by the way. I need to watch that. Down Periscope, Kelsey Grammer.
Oh yeah.
It's got Lieutenant Lake in it. Lieutenant Lake, you're almost out of uniform. Either you're confused about your dress size or there's been some foul play. Never mind. Yeah. We're done with that. Good movie. Anyway.
Torpedoes away.
Guys, here's my issue, okay? First, I want to start off with another story.
Tell us a story.
I want to tell you a story. And Linda does make a good point. It's up to the individuals to take responsibility for themselves when it comes to where they go that is opened up. And if you think you might get sick, stay out of those places. And you should. Absolutely. But here's my issue with things. And first, I'm going to tell you a story. See, I was talking with a cop one time. And I was like, you know, seatbelt law isn't based off of somebody's safety. It's a revenue generating law. And he was like, no. I go, yes, it is. And I'll use the law itself to argue my point. You see, the only time whenever you'd actually need to wear a seatbelt is if you are moving down the road. And here in the state of Illinois, it's classified as a non-moving violation, meaning that you can get as many of them as you will allow them to write you, because if it's a moving violation, 3 of those within a 12-month period, and you get your license suspended for 3 months. So I said, If it truly was about people's safety, you would go ahead and make it a moving violation, which is the only way that it's actually a valid ticket anyway. And this way, if somebody violated that 3 times within a 12-month period, they lose their license for 3 months, potentially saving their lives. And the fact that it's not just really means that it's nothing more than a revenue-generating law. He couldn't argue with that. He understood my point. These laws, let me rephrase that. These regulations, let me rephrase that. These orders by the executive of the various states, they make no sense. If they made sense, I would be more apt to follow them.
Right.
But they really don't, especially when we take into consideration all the numbers that we're getting out. I mean, we're getting so many more numbers now, so much of a better idea of what's going on that the numbers don't support the shutdown. Even still, what was the predication upon the shutdown in the first place? Do you remember?
To flatten the curve is the whole point that was behind it, but now they're not even following that guideline.
Well, it was to make sure that the healthcare system didn't get overrun. That's what the whole premise behind the shutdown was in the first place. The healthcare system isn't overrun. They're laying people off and sending them home because there's not enough for them to do. I mean, they're not doing electives. They're not overrun. I mean, Pennsylvania, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the largest county in Pennsylvania, are using 6 respirators, or whatever they're called. You know, the machines things, the thing.
Ventilators,
Yeah, ventilators. They're using 6 of those for COVID-19. 40% of them are for non-COVID-19 related illnesses, and they're not even using at all 50% of all of them that they have. Did you hear me on that? 6 of them for COVID-19, and that is it. That's in Pennsylvania. More numbers are coming out, you know, but here's my issue, okay? Let me give you a rundown of all this crap, okay? Person in a kayak, okay. Person on a jet ski, not okay. Same amount of social distancing. People in a canoe, okay. A paddle boat, you know, okay. People on a fishing boat, not okay. 4 people in a car, okay. 4 people on a yacht, not okay. And the whole 2 people in a, in a boat, you know, just none of these rules make sense.
Nope.
You know, a person jogging down the beach, you know, because you're exercising, okay. A person sunbathing on the beach, not okay. And here's where it gets good. This is where it really ticks me off, okay? And by the way, hello, Matt, over there in Facebook land. He said he almost missed a notification. Oh, crap. Glad you got it. Glad you're here. But here's where it really starts to tick me off. Person opening up her business, not okay. You know, did you guys hear about that? The person that was in the, I don't remember the state that she was in, but she opened up her business because she needed to feed her kids.
Salon stylist in Texas.
The salon stylist, yeah. She got her butt reamed by the judge, calling him, you know, saying that basically you need to kiss the ring of the officials. Like, excuse me?
Sentenced 7 days in jail and $7,000 fine.
For every day that she remained open, by the way. And in the meantime, they're letting go rapists, killers, gang members from prison, and they're sending a person who's just trying to provide for their family to prison.
Right.
And he's referring to them as laws. No, excuse me, Judge. This isn't a law. This is an order passed by the executive. This isn't a law that was passed by the upper and lower chambers, put on the governor's desk, and then signed into law. This is not what this is. And again, I could at least halfway understand if it was at least for public safety. But like I said, none of these rules are making sense.
Nope.
None of them. But it gets even better. Parking lot full at Walmart, okay. Parking lot full of people in their cars, isolated, participating in an Easter Sunday service, not okay.
Right.
They're sending those pastors to jail while the attorney guy, the state's attorney, is decriminalizing theft of under $750 if they deem it essential items that they need for their household. So they're criminalizing things that are not criminal, protected by the Constitution of the United States of America, but they're decriminalizing theft. And you wonder why people are starting to get fed up. I mean, I'm ticked about this. I mean, I really am. I mean, the more I'm hearing about all this crap, especially when we take the numbers into consideration, and we're going to touch base on those on the next segment. Okay, not a whole heck of a lot of numbers I got for you, but I do want to touch base on them. Any other thing that you've heard, ridiculousness crap that you've heard from states out there?
A lot. You referred to releasing criminals and whatever. Just here, even in Illinois, Governor Pritzker released, I don't know exactly how many, what the numbers were, and just this past week, one of them got caught stealing a car in Grundy County. One of the same ones he released
like
from
20
prison.
or 30 minutes after he released him from prison.
Yeah,
he's arrested for grand theft auto. I mean, he this is what happened. He left the jail, went to the next business, stole a car, and then got caught within 20 minutes. That's basically what happened. I have no idea if that's actually what happened, but look at the time frame. I mean, come on, that's basically what happened.
Yeah. It's ludicrous.
This is ridiculous, guys. I mean, that's...
And you know as well as I do, this is just a political ploy. These states, they just want a big bailout from federal government because they can't run their states for the past 40 years and put themselves in debt for one reason. Second reason, they want this damn mail-in ballot so they can screw the election come November, which the governor of California now says all Californians will have mail-in ballot only.
And that's the thing. If we can allow people to shop in Walmart with social distancing, then we can allow to open up the voting places for people to vote. We can do both. Mm-hmm. All they're wanting to do is introduce fraud into it, voter fraud. That's all they're wanting to do.
Right.
And I mean, it's irritating to me. I mean, it really is. It's the ridiculousness of the whole thing. And you know what, the heck with it. We're going to go ahead and go over some numbers because we're only 13 minutes into this. We might as well go ahead and give you some of this. Matt says, this is insanity. And yes, it is. And by the way, welcome, Neil, April Neil over there in Facebook Land, replying to Matt Becker. I have been camping all week. I am so jealous. She's been camping. I'm jealous. But here's some of the numbers, guys. Okay. So 99.2% of the people who get infected will live. So basically, we're essentially shutting the entire country down, the economy down for 0.8% of the population. 90% of the people whom have died, and yes, all death is tragic, but 90% of the people who died has had underlying health conditions.
Right.
80% of the people who get infected have mild symptoms. Even some have no symptoms at all. You can be asymptomatic and still have the virus. Over 30% of the deaths that happened in New York happened because Cuomo targeted, I get this, all right, the elderly, okay, people in nursing homes. You'd think you'd want to protect them as part of your population, but oh no, Cuomo didn't do that. Cuomo forced some nursing homes to house and quarantine people who had COVID-19, targeting these different places.
Crazy.
Are you kidding me? Linda put in here, Valley County, Idaho, 2 cases since March 22nd, 0 deaths. presumed recovered. And, here's the thing, too, guys. One, this isn't President Trump that's doing this. This is all of the governors of the various states. He left it up to them. South Dakota never actually closed down. Never actually closed down. They never fully closed down. Because they more or less followed what the and hello, Aaron or Sarah over there in Facebook land. How you doing? They basically followed our founding fathers' idea of what they should do, which is educate the population on what they should do, the proper, precautions to take, let them know of the risks that were involved, and then they left them to make their own stinking decision. Benjamin Franklin put very well, if you will sacrifice freedom for security, actually in this case, the illusion of security, you will lose both and deserve neither.
Right.
Hello.
Crazy.
I just don't get it. I mean, I really don't. And again, guys, if the numbers actually reflected that this was impacting and bad for more people, then yeah, I can understand this. But the fact of the matter is the numbers don't reflect that. They really don't. Listen to the numbers. Don't listen to mainstream media. They're toting the party line. Mm-hmm. Listen to mainstream media. No, wait, stop, rewind, play. Scratch that, listen to... I got to play something. Woo! But this is okay, yeah. Matt, you might actually recognize that one. Most of those who are getting infected are the ones who have stayed home during the lockdown. See, that's a piece of info I didn't hear, and thank you, Matt. Not only that, I mean, this is the thing that people don't quite understand. I mean, think about this, guys, logically. What's your immune system supposed to do? Fight against infections, different things like that. And just like any other muscle in your body, if you don't exercise it, it doesn't really work right.
Right.
Whenever you are living in a bubble, do you ever see the movie with John Travolta, Boy in the Bubble or whatever that thing was entitled?
Long time ago.
Yeah, I remember it too. And dude, it's actually kind of funny because they have an updated version of that. I seen two brothers in them ball things and they bounced off each other. It was funny for me. Anyway, no, it's not related. It was in a bubble, but it's not the same kind of bubble. Anyway.
Is that the one with the Catalina wine mixer line in it? No, but... You know the one I'm talking about, though.
Yes.
Okay.
It's the Catalina wine mixer. Anyway.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, guys. It's like your immune system is supposed to fight off all these things. And getting outdoors... Sorry about that. I just had a... Let me...
What did you just have?
Ooh, I had a...
Excuse you.
And speaking of, okay, now my phone is on silent because I forgot to do that. And I am now shutting off my email thing, and hopefully that I don't get those notifications anymore. So anyway,
anywho.
It's about that whole, you got to exercise your immune system in order for it to actually work properly. Bottom line.
Yeah.
Okay. I do wear a mask to go to stores and use hand sanitizer, but when we go home, I wash my hands when I get home with normal soap, and that's good, Linda, because that's actually what they recommend doing. I do not constantly sanitize surfaces. My cleaning is normal, everyday stuff. Awesome.
I keep a sanitizer pin with me for when I touch keypads for credit cards or whatever, and then I spray my hands, and because you don't know how many people's touch those things.
Right.
But,
oh, my God. They did a thing on a study with like a keypad at like a McDonald's or something, and the amount of
fecal matter.
Yeah. Right. I know.
Special sauce on that Big Mac for sure.
No lettuce, no cheese. Speaking of, have you guys ever ordered a super Big Mac at McDonald's? You know what I'm talking about, the Big Mac with quarter meat instead of 1/10 patties. Just don't waste your time, because those people that want $15 an hour just can't seem to make a burger right. I want a Big Mac with quarter meat. not a double quarter with pounder dressed like a Big Mac. It's different. It's not the same burger. Get it right. Sorry, anyway.
Anyway, I used to work at McDonald's a long time ago, and we used to make stuff up we wanted, and I did it with the quarter pound meat, just like you're describing. You couldn't even close the box.
Oh, I know. You got to kind of.
But it was good.
You got to smash that. I mean, that's like a borderline, Shaggy burger right there. Y'all know Shaggy. Not like that. Yeah, that Shaggy. No, that's anyway. I put thin tissue between me and elevator buttons and keypads, and yeah. But yeah, they actually say that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And that's not to say that, you take precautions. I mean, if you have to. I mean, not just with Corona, but during flu season. I mean, you got stuff out there. Just have common sense, But you don't need to shred the Constitution in the United States in the process. You
guys want to hear a dirty little secret?
Ooh, dirty.
The N95 masks aren't going. Okay, they will stop spittle. If you sneeze, if you cough, the spittle chunks that you can basically see. They'll stop those from getting thrown through the air. And in which case, if you are mindful and you do what you're supposed to do, cover your mouth and all that other kind of good snazzy stuff. Yeah, not as, okay. But it's been proven that because the material, even on the N95 mask, is so coarse that it doesn't actually stop the virus itself from permeating through it. It uses osmosis. Osmosis. That's what he said to the Pharaoh. He said osmosis. Anyway, it doesn't actually help. And these masks that people are making, bandanas with the bottom, it doesn't work either. I mean, if you really want to make something that works, get a actual gas mask with the IBCABFG, whatever the filtration thing is on there, and use one of those. Use like an actual full-on suit. If you're going to go all out. But these half measures they're more of a feel-good measure.
Right.
That's actually what they are. They're more of a feel-good measure to make people feel better about going out in public.
Did you see in England where that guy was walking around with the plague doctor mask?
Okay. No, I didn't, but I have seen.
The cops finally cornered him and basically asked him what he was doing. But yeah,
you want me to wear a mask? I'm wearing a mask. Shut up.
Yeah,
that's what I tell him. And I've actually been looking for similar type of ridiculous masks. Like, if you guys really want me to wear a mask, fine. I'm picking a HohO mask. I'm not even doing one of those.
Let me dig out mine.
Yeah, go. I'll let you. Here, I'll go on here. We'll let him dig out his mask. But yeah, for the most part, guys, these masks are nothing more than feel-good measures that they use. And they know this. Healthcare professionals know this.
Here's mine.
That's right. Twump 2020. I'm really having a hard time speaking today.
English.
So yeah, guys, those are some of the numbers associated with this. Okay? And again, guys, do your own homework. Look up the numbers for yourself. Look up, what they're doing in various places. And, oh my God, Matt, that's hilarious. He said, yes, that was amazing. And the person dressed as a stormtrooper. I've seen those. Dude, oh my God, I don't remember where I was at, but they had like a half a bodysuit. I mean, it kind of reminded me of, Danielson in the original
Karate Kid.
The original Karate Kid, where he was a shower curtain, but it was like clear, and then it like kind of held in at the waist. I mean, same thing anyway. I seen one of those. I thought it was hilarious. But yeah, some of the things people are doing, the creativity is amazing. So,
but they're really trying to push this vaccine. Is what they're really trying to push. Who's going to make money off that? Billions of dollars.
Wouldn't that be Bill Gates?
Bill Gates, yeah.
They like to yell at President Trump, "You're no doctor," but yet they're going to listen to Bill Gates on a vaccine.
Yeah, and just surprising that Governor Pritzker's sister just happens to be on the Microsoft board as well. What a coincidence.
Oh my God, did you see the interview that, I think it was during one of Pritzker's pressers, all right? He was asked, how do you expect us to follow the rules whenever your own wife is going to go on an airplane and go down to Florida?
Yeah.
Did you hear what his response was?
Yeah, we don't bring family into politics or something along that lines.
It's like, you're not even following your own order, or at least you're allowing your wife to disobey. Why do you explain this?
Yeah.
It's like, really? The hypocrisy, guys, is strong with this one. Guys, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. And when we get back, we're going to talk about what happened in the press room and why they really don't want me as the press secretary. Believe me, guys, they would not want me as the press secretary. I'd get rid of every one of them people in there. Just a couple minutes, guys. We'll be right back. Do you love your occasional Mexican dish or your musical fruit? Are you tired of walking by family members and crop dusting them? Well, if this has ever happened to you, might I introduce you to Tampons brand butt plugs. Tampons brand butt plugs is that particular type of butt plug that allows you to walk in public in confidence knowing that you're not going to accidentally crop dust somebody. Tampons brand butt plugs now with the plastic applicator.
Not just for women anymore.
Tampons brand butt plugs. Head to the store and pick yours up today. Tampons brand butt plugs.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. So, guys, what happened was, and this is great. I love this, and I tell you what, they would not want me as press secretary. And Ray just told me that she's much better looking than I am anyway, so that's a good thing. It's not hard to do. Anyway, so what happened was, I guess she had a question. She was questioned about something. And it was fake news related. And her response was epic. And it was pointing to, and she called out several different of these news organizations. She was like, are you going to apologize for this fake news and getting this wrong? Are you going to apologize for this? You people, are you going to apologize for this? And she mentioned dates on these. Okay, and she just went through the list. And it gave me an idea. I was like, what I would do with these people is I'd ask them simply, are you going to apologize, retract these different things? Are you going, and I don't mean a pseudo-intellectual apology like, oh, well, gee, we didn't know, we got false information, it's not our fault, I'm sorry, No, not a pseudo-intellectual, no, because you knew what you were doing, and you chose to be wrong. You chose to tote the party line. And I'll tell these people, in one of which case, in every single one of these puppies, every single chair is going to have one of these on it. Yeah, a pocket constitution, every single, because they need to be reminded of these things, obviously, because they don't know. But if the answer is no, we're not going to do a retraction, then I'm going to say, okay, leave. Because the press corps, the White House has a job to do, and that is to give information to the people using the news. News. Key word in there. News organizations. And if they're not going to report accurate information, they're not a news organization. They are a propaganda machine, in which case they're not obligated in any way, shape, or form to participate in propaganda, so kick them out.
Right.
And if they say, okay, yeah, I'd be more than happy to, we will definitely apologize for that and retract the story, in which case, all right, you have a week. And the moment they slide back into old habits, kick them out. Because, here's the thing. Why does CNN have to be there? There's a lot of other news organizations that they can bring in that actually report the news, not propaganda.
Right.
Not just left-wing talking heads that are in there. It can be done. It's not like CNN and MSNBC and CBS is the only news networks out there.
Right.
Is that accurate?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
There's a lot of them. So if you're not going to actually report the news and report it accurately, if all you're going to be is a left head, talking point head, then we don't want you there.
English.
Perfect time for a burp. Anyway, I thought it was epic. I thought it was great. I really did. It's like, that's absolutely amazing. I love this picture, by the way. I got to show you guys this picture. That's my cover photo, by the way, for the for Flipboard. It's a picture of Schiff, which his facial expressions that I see him have are just pretty stinking good. Did you hear? He is not allowing, the man who whined and cried about transparency during the impeachment trial. I use that loosely. He's not allowing some transcripts to be released that would really show him and what the Democrats were doing in a very poor light. Have you noticed that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's not letting the information out. He's being very secretive. It's like, what are you hiding from there, Mr. Schiff? It's a Schiff show.
Yeah. See where the DOJ finally formally dropped charges against General Michael Flynn today or yesterday.
Yes, I seen that as well. And it's about stinking time. Why it took him, 3 years to do this? I have no idea.
Yeah, somebody commented, put him in charge of the FBI now.
No, here's the thing. The whole reason why he got targeted in the first place was because Obama and Comey did not, because they knew that new administration, they would have full access to everything that they were doing, and he did not want Flynn to dig up all their dirty little secrets. And so they were like, let's target him. We need to find out if he's going to play ball for us or if we have something to worry about.
Right.
And that's why they did it. Because through that questioning, which they broke the rules, they broke standard procedures that have been in place that they have honored. But of course, with President Trump, they didn't honor jack, and they're like, we're just going to send him over and break the rules and just see if it works. So much information has come out on what they did that they broke the law. They knew from the very get-go that Flynn didn't lie about anything, but they still chose to charge him. Why? Because they wanted to keep their dirty little secrets. I think that he should be put back in his position and just dig everything up.
Yep.
That's absolutely what I think should happen. The whole thing's been dropped. Get his position back. Let him do his job. let him free up all them dirty little secrets. And now they're even attacking Barr. And the word on the street is he's going to be the next one to get impeached right before they try to impeach Trump again.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Because, well, here's the thing. If we're going to have justice, you got to prosecute these people that violated the law. And there's a lot of them. They're afraid he's going to do that. And that's why they want him gone. A lot of people screwed up. And I'm not even saying, get rid of Mueller and imprison him. I'm talking even the little peons that followed that did not follow the rule of law and allowed it to happen. The two people that went into and questioned Flynn, fire those two as well.
If people can't see, put the dots together, that there is a major coup underway in this country, I don't know what else to say. If you want to be honest, this is just my opinion, we are in a soft civil war as we speak right now against whatever you want to call them, I guess.
And you know what? That's the thing. And it's the deep state, because that's what President Trump was threatening, was the strength and stability of the deep state. The intelligence agencies. And that's why they attacked him. Straight up, because he went in there with I'm going to clean house. And as soon as he got in there, they did everything they could to undercut him, investigating him, investigating some of his top officials, Flynn, trying to roundabout attack him. I mean, yeah, it is. They've gone as much as to say that this is a coup. They've said it. National TV. I mean, it isn't a secret what they're doing. It really isn't.
Did you see the article the other day that the federal prosecutor in Colorado who was investigating the Clinton Foundation was found dead the other day by apparent suicide?
Oh, no, it was COVID-19 related.
Oh, yeah, COVID-19 they changed it.
Same thing with, Jeffrey Epstein,
Yeah.
It was COVID-19 death.
Wow.
I actually seen that on Facebook. I was like, that's funny. No, I didn't see that. Who was he again?
He was a federal prosecutor investigating the Clinton Foundation from Colorado, and he's found dead, and they labeled it as suicide.
Yeah, and if this doesn't tweak your interest, with what we're talking about with the coup, did you hear that former President Barack Hussein Obama, or Barry as his birth name was, did you read and find out that he re-upped his security clearance?
No.
Linda put in here, George Washington and Abraham Lincoln also died from COVID-19. Holy crap, this just in. Linda has a breaking story. Holy crap. That's hilarious. But no, he re-upped his security clearance, and he's actually been going on the trail, going to our allies, different people, and basically saying that the rule of law is at risk. That Trump's going to violate the rule of law, that, the Department of Justice, with them letting Flynn go, that it was a very bad deal, and it's just going to be just the end of the republic as we know it.
I've seen that part, but the part I didn't see that he upped his security clearance. Now, my question is, he's not president anymore, so why the hell does he need a security clearance, or why does he need access to secret information in the first place?
Exactly. I'll even give you one, not better, because that's better. But I'll give you one more. Why is he going to our allies, and why is he traveling, and why is he basically representing America's foreign interests abroad whenever he's not the president anymore? That's not his job.
Yeah, it's a violation of the Logan Act the last time I checked.
Isn't that one of the things they got Flynn for?
No.
Yes, it is.
It is?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's actually what they originally prosecuted him for.
I thought it was lying to the FBI.
It was the violation of the Logan Act. The lying to the FBI came afterwards. Mm. But yeah, the original charge was the Logan Act. Something that nobody had ever been prosecuted on, ever.
Yeah, even though John Kerry was doing it left and right.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, That's what is going on abroad that, our lovely former president Obama's doing. It's just lovely. I heard this one not that long ago, and you guys know how I feel about immigration. 80% of border crossers are turned back in under 2 hours, says the Department of Homeland Security. That's awesome. They're actually doing their job. And it was funny because I seen a little bit of an interview between the head of the ICP or whatever them guys are called, ICE, and ICP. See, that was funny, guys. That was funny. Anyway, and I think it was Kamala Harris. I don't know. I can't tell them idiots apart. They all sound the same. And he was like, what are you going to do to raise morale with the Border Patrol agents? And he goes, I'm here. When President Trump untied our hands to actually allow us to do our job, that did a lot to raise morale. And she's like, I want detailed information on how you're going to train your agents and yada, yada, blah, blah. He goes, they're already trained. They already know what to do. Right. They know how to do their job. Now that their hands are not tied any longer, they can actually do it. That's going to raise morale. She was not happy with him whatsoever.
Wonder why.
She was irritated at him. And I had to chuckle. I'm like, wow, that's hilarious. And that's the thing too. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. They cry about all this crap. The other people in the House of Representatives and the Senate and whatnot, they cry about their treatment of, immigrants and everything else. It's like, guys, look, if you guys really have a problem with that, why don't you write a different law to change the rules? I mean, you guys want to whine and cry that the immigration system is broken. Well, then fix it. That's your job. Instead of telling these people to ignore the rules that you passed,
right,
that you wrote, that you put into effect, instead of telling them to ignore the law, then change the law. Isn't that what their job is?
Supposedly.
That's supposed to be what their job is. They are charged with the immigration system. Isn't that what they should do? Instead of crying about how bad the system is and their conduct of the Border Patrol agents, maybe they should write a law to fix the system instead of just granting amnesty every 20 years, because that's what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Irritates the crap out of me. I'm out of crap in my eyes are no longer brown. I'm out of crap. Sorry, go ahead.
And that's one of the provisions we were talking about before the show started. The next stimulus package, Pelosi's wanting, stimulus checks for all illegals and amnesty to all of them, despite any criminal record. That's going to be thrown in this next stimulus package.
Exactly. Yeah, I heard that too. And it's like, dude, it's funny because what was one of the things they said in the beginning? You can't possibly expect us to be able to track down all these guys. We don't know where they're at. But yet we can hand them a check of taxpayer money. Mm-hmm. Something, 1 + 1 = tuna fish. Something just doesn't quite add up here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You guys feel me? I just,
Yeah. What's that calling number on the screen there? I see.
I don't know. 217-965-6133. If you guys want to call and be part of the madness, feel free. Phone lines are open. Operators are standing by. This guy. I'm the operator.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's just so much ludicrousy out there that it's
ludicrous speed.
Ludicrous speed.
Ludicrous speed.
It's just nuts. I mean, if I told you this crap would happen 10 years ago, what would you think?
I told you you was insane, especially if you would have told me that Trump would become president. I'd have been like, what? The actor? Sorry, that was a Back to the Future flashback, with Ronald Reagan. Never mind. So, yeah. So, all right, the next thing we got, Georgia police now investigating third person in shooting death of that guy, Arbery. You guys heard about this down in Georgia? The guy that was running around or whatever, and 3 people in a truck armed with a shotgun and a pistol shot him. Did you hear about that?
I heard something, but not the full details.
Basically, there was a video that one of them in the vehicle or somebody filmed, and now they're doing a third person in there. But basically, from one of the guys was a former police officer. I guess he had been retired for some time, and they suspected that this person that was in their neighborhood had been involved in some robberies in the neighborhood. But they looked into that and they were like, no, there's no robberies, reported robberies on record. There's no reports of that. So we don't know where you're getting that information from. And, and of course the bad thing is, that they're, the guy that died was black and the people that did the shooting was white. So of course they're bringing in stuff like, Brown or whoever that kid was, that the thug, they're bringing that kind of stuff into it. And it's like, oh, so Linda saw the video. Yeah, I haven't actually seen the video, but from everything that I've heard about it, it looks bad. And I know, because here's the thing, you don't want to prejudge anything. You don't want to prejudge it. Who knows? The guys accused, and this is the ridiculous part of it. Like what, a month after the fact, they were still free. They hadn't been prosecuted yet, still being able to live in their home. And that's the thing, guys. It's like, okay, this seems like a total different situation than what happened. Of course, the facts are still coming out. I don't want to pass judgment, but at the same time, looking at this video, it looks bad for these guys. And why in the world were they allowed to basically be free while all this was going down? It's no wonder why they had even been receiving death threats.
Right.
Whenever the cops and the justice system isn't doing their job. I mean, there was 2 judges had to recluse themselves from the trial because conflict of interest, and they actually had to get somebody from an outside county in order to try the thing. The last thing they want to do is cover up. I mean, it's the last thing we need, something like this. But it looks bad. From the video, at its surface, it looks bad. I guess they were claiming that there was a gun involved, and I guess the police report said that there was no, that he didn't have a gun whenever they got on scene. It looks bad from what little information that we have at this point. But they're also kind of tight-lipped about it.
Right.
They're really not letting a whole heck of a lot of stuff out, which, I guess that's a good thing because you don't want misinformation getting put out there. So I guess that's a good thing.
Then you don't want to compromise the investigation to where it gets thrown out of court.
Exactly. Unlike some of the crap that, President Obama did during, the whole Brown thing or whatever,
right.
That was bad. Anyway, let's move on.
Moving on.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think about what's going on with Biden, Tara Reid, some of the other stuff that's been basically getting said out there? What do you think about that?
Well, I find it funny that during Kavanaugh's inquisition, they set these standards and this, that, and the other. But now you have a similar situation with Joe Biden, and we can't do that. They do a total 180 as far as ethical wise on how to proceed. Mm-hmm. If it's Kavanaugh, no, we're just going to grill his ass until he's toast and he's guilty before we even investigate. Oh, it's Joe Biden. No, he's innocent before we even look at it. Mm-hmm. And what you said before, and we've said it many times, it's the hypocrisy of the liberal left.
Well, here was the thing that I heard, and we talked about this last week, but a new thing that I heard was basically from, I don't remember who it was. I really wish I did, but there was a lady that basically did an op-ed piece or a letter to the editor type of thing, and she basically said that, I was against Kavanaugh, and even if he does it, she basically said to the women, just take it. Do your duty and vote for Biden because orange man bad. In a nutshell, that's what she said. Wow.
Yeah.
Basically said that we don't care if he's guilty or if he's innocent. It doesn't matter. Stop investigating it. Don't do anything. Don't do your job. Heaven forbid you do your job. Don't do that. Don't demand like you did with Kavanaugh that there be an FBI investigation and everything come to light. Heaven forbid we do that.
Right.
We don't want to do that. There's a new thing out there of the sniffing Biden, and I've seen other people. Nicole Arbor did it. It was absolutely hilarious. I was like, oh my God, that's hilarious. It's actually kind of neat. It cracks me up. Anyway, they're basically telling women it doesn't matter. Who cares what he does? The pink vagina movement is over. Do your duty. Take it. Shut up and vote for Biden. That's what they're telling people.
And that's another reason why they want that mail-in ballots, because Joe Biden doesn't have a chance in hell of winning by himself in an open, fair election, and it's getting worse every day. I mean, now this comes to light, it's just going downhill, and unless they can cheat, they don't have a chance.
Oh, you're exactly right. Linda put in here, if you investigate one, you need to investigate others. Fairness of the law. You got that right, because Linda, here in America is supposed to be equal representation under the law, equal protection under the law, equal rights under the law. What is equal about this? It doesn't say unless you're the political class, because guess what, guys? We the people. They have no power without us. It's a bottom-up, not a top-down leadership. They are not our leaders. They are our representatives. We are not their subjects. They are subject to us.
Right. It's supposed to be that way anyway.
Oh, it'll happen again.
One way or another.
Mm-hmm. You can vote your way into socialism. You can vote your way into communism. You got to shoot your way out. That's what we did once already. We can do it again. We can do it again. I don't want that to happen. I want people to wake up. And I really, really hope that this, with everything that's going on, and we've talked about this before, I really hope it wakes people up. I really do. I hope they see the hypocrisy going on in the Democratic Party. I hope they see that. I hope they see that, to the Democrats, the only thing that you are is a person who's going to vote for him. Mm-hmm. They don't care about you. They wanted all of this because they want you subject to them. I mean, are you going to tell me that you're actually going to trust the government? Have you read a history book recently? Have you read an American history book recently? I'm not even talking about the things that Hitler did. I'm not even talking about some of the things that Mao has done. I'm talking about right here in America. We hunted down and killed thousands of buffalo to get rid of the Indians' food supply so that this way, the Native Americans' food supply, so that this way they would be dependent upon government.
Now we have a food shortage going on, or about to happen.
Did you hear about what happened during Prohibition? Because what they did, now granted, drinking bootleg alcohol, you see the process kind of, you got to do it right. If you don't, bad things can happen and people can die. So it's what they did in order to hammer that point home. They acquired their own bootlegged alcohol. They poisoned it and then they sold it, killing people. Their justification was they wasn't breaking the law in the first place. They wouldn't have died. That's your government. You're going to trust these people when that's the stuff they've done in the past? And where's the proof that they've changed their behavior at all, or have they just better covered it up?
Did you hear about the thing back in the 50s that the CIA had admitted spraying something over the city of St. Louis?
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, it's a very interesting story. I forget what it was, but yeah, they got caught red-handed.
Yeah, that is why our framers believed in limited federal government. That's why they believed that. That's why they limited and restricted the power of the federal government and gave it to the states and to we the people. That's why they did that, because absolute power corrupts absolutely. Did I screw that up? Absolute power corrupts absolutely. No, I didn't screw that up. That's what our government has done. And you're going to trust them?
Exactly.
You know, I mean, I have a hard time, you know, just whatever, you know. I hope you guys just educate yourself to what's going on. You know, that's when that's what I want y'all to do. Educate yourself. Don't believe. You know, here's the thing, guys. What is this? What is this? Did you have one of these? You have one of these. What is this? It's a cell phone, AKA a computer in the palm of your hand. You don't have to believe somebody whenever they tell you something. Fact check them right here, right now. That's why I have a website that you can go to, the HoHoShow.com. You can click on the newsfeed tab, and every article I talk about is right in there. Fact check me. Read it for yourself. And I don't just put one news article in there from one type of news source. No. I put many in there. I include CNN. I include MSNBC. I include the Daily Wire and actual reputable news sources in there, because I don't rely on just one. I want to hear what both sides of the ledger is saying.
Right.
Something that liberals are afraid, terrified to do, but that's what I do. Why? Because I want to hear what they're saying. I want to see their twist on it. And I find out things. I read. I research. We all have the ability to do that. We all have the computer in the palm of our hand. We can fact check everything that they hear. You know, somebody says something during an interview, go to YouTube, click in, blah, 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 blah. What did he say? And then, oh, you misrepresented yourself right there. Did you forget? Do you want to, change your statement right now, considering you said, believe all women, and now you're saying, don't believe this one. Why? Is that because you're a Democrat? And he was a Republican? Right. Is that what you're telling me? So what's more important isn't the crime, it's the politics. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Linda put in here, I follow all different news sources so that I can see what the global viewpoints is and decide for myself what resonates. Exactly. And I even, get information. I go up to Canada all the stinking time. They talk to me about things. Not only that, they talk to me about how bad universal health care is. For basic stuff, yeah, it's not too awfully horrible. Anything major, it really, really sucks. That's why they come down here for health care. Speaking of health care, there was something I wanted to bring up about that. Having a conversation with somebody not that long ago, healthcare came up. If you go to the store, let's say you want to buy a 55-inch TV, flat screen, smart TV. You want to know the price. What do you do?
Yes, the clerk. Or you look at the price tag.
Exactly. Look at the price tag. That's all you got to do. Yeah, that's all you got to do. Look at the price tag. That tells you what the price is. It doesn't matter what kind of car you drive. It doesn't matter your income bracket. It don't matter your race, your color, your creed. You go into the store. You look at the price tag. It's retail. You buy it if you want it. You don't if you don't. It's that simple. Now, go to the hospital and get an x-ray. Or just simply ask them, how much is an x-ray? How much is an x-ray? They're going to say, do you have insurance? Yes, no. If you do have insurance, what kind of insurance do you have? What's your income bracket? What's your blah, 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 blah. They got to ask you 20 different questions just to give you a price. Why? Because they don't want to give it to you, because the price isn't based off of what the price is, what its market value is. The price is based off of how much they can charge you, how much the insurance company will pay. Last time I checked, that kind of practice was actually illegal for any other industry other than the healthcare industry. Why is that? Why is that?
Good question.
That is illegal. I mean, granted, there is a market value and a cost of production, cost of transportation. There is a cost associated with this, okay? Newer the technology, the more the market can bear on it, but all said and done, there is a cost to buying a cell phone. There's a cost. There are different ways you can litigate that price, whether it be, signing a contract, being locked into one of those, or buying it for yourself. There are ways to litigate that, but even still, there is a price for this. There is a market value of it. Not for health insurance. I'm sorry, not health insurance, but not for healthcare, health items, services. Because it's not based off of market value. It's based off of what a insurance company will pay. There is a reason why loan sharking is illegal. Being a loan shark, there's a reason why it's illegal. Because you are legally required as a business to have a uniform type of sales plan. Uniform. You are required by law. You are required to offer a price, offer an interest rate. You are required to do this. Doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter who you are required. That's why it's illegal. That and the federal government couldn't, make their money off of it. That was the other reason. But the reasoning they gave for making it illegal wasn't because they couldn't get their money out of it. It was because that's illegal, because it has to be a uniform insurance rate, a uniform, a term, contract term. That's basically the reasons why they gave is why it's illegal. And then you look at the healthcare industry. Their pricing. It's illegal. I've told somebody, I was like, dude, free market capitalism would be amazing in the healthcare industry. They was like, dude, that's horrible. We've had that. I'm like, no, we haven't. I have not seen free market capitalism in the healthcare industry ever my entire life. It's not been a thing.
Right.
It's not been a thing. Because the government, for some reason, thinks that they can fix a problem that they themselves created by rules and regulations and everything else. I've not seen free market healthcare. Nobody in this country has. Maybe somebody from, World War II, maybe, because I think it's only been within the past, 30, 40 some odd years that it's really been overregulated. But, and yes, I am older than that, but that's not to say that I remember Jack whenever I was 5. Well, I do. I remember a couple things when I was 5.
Stumpy.
Yeah. Well, guys, unless you got any more, you got anything else you want to add, Ray?
Just that this whole thing is ludicrous.
Ludicrous speed.
And, you got to stand up for your rights or nobody else is going to do it for you. Mm-hmm. I mean, I got a lawsuit going on. Whether I win or lose is besides the point. I can't sit around and hope that somebody else takes care of the problem. I can't sit around and hope it all goes away. I got to at least try. I got to get off my ass and defend freedom. Mm-hmm. Whether I win or lose, it doesn't matter. I got to at least do my part and try.
Right.
And whether this goes through or not, or if I win or lose, I'm going to keep fighting no matter what, because the alternative is grim. We're at a point now that if you don't get up and fight, you're going to lose everything. It's that dire. And I'm not going to go down peacefully. I mean, I'm not going to go just sit in a corner and hope it goes away. I just can't do that.
And they're wanting to keep this going for like 3 more months. Pritzker's got a 6-stage plan. I mean, he's talking about not opening up anything until like what, August?
Well,
something stupid.
Yeah, his thing is, as long as the numbers don't change, but what's going to happen is, we had some more numbers, so you guys got to go back to phase whatever. Right. He can do that at any time he wants.
And we've already talked about on this program how, since the healthcare industry has been incentivized to classify a death as a COVID-19 death, so that this way they get a little bonus for that, what's that word they call it, commission off of that death, then yeah, they've been incentivized to lie about what killed somebody.
Crazy.
Linda goes, 6 stages. We have 4 that are 2 weeks each phase. Yeah, we have 6.
And
because
we'll never get
Pritzker,
there.
Gravy Train, is a communist.
And he's pretty much said that you won't get out to the last phase unless there's basically a vaccine out or widespread treatment.
He's looking for 0.
Yeah.
And he's also taught, which we're not going to have one of those until 2021 sometime. An actual vaccine, it's going to be a while. Those take a little bit of time. And heaven forbid he allows hydroxychloroquine to be used, because I don't think he's actually allowing that.
I'm not sure on that recently, but yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
I could be wrong on which governor is basically not really allowing that. I have heard something that is very Kim Jong Pritzker. You've got that right, Matt. Kim Jong Pritzker. That's hilarious. I did hear something that was very, very irritating. I heard this on watching another show, listening to another show, and it was this gal, her sister had COVID-19, and she was trying to get, and this was a Democrat governor. They were trying to get her treatment, and they basically asked what her age was. And then once they found out what her age was, they were like, we're not going to do anything for her. Hydroxychloroquine, guys, just so you know, is a drug that's been around for freaking ever. Since the 40s or 50s. It's been around for a while. And it is a cheap drug to make. Doesn't cost very much.
And that's probably part of the problem right there.
That is part of the problem. There's no money in it.
There's no money in it, and they want this vaccine push so they can make their billions of dollars off
exactly. I mean, guys, okay, India, the country of India, got like 3 times the population that we have. And their death rate is like in the hundreds, like 600 or 700. I mean, it's low, ridiculous. It's basically nothing, minimal. And India, with their malaria issues that they've had in the past, they are like the leading manufacturer of hydroxychloroquine. Coinkydink, I think not.
Right.
Now, Matt put in here, by the time the vaccine comes out, everyone will already have had COVID-19. Yeah. They talk about that herd immunity. And the herd immunity is simple. It's I've got it. I give it to him. He can't give it back to me. I've already had it. Everybody gets it. Now no more problem. Kind of like the chicken pox parties whenever we were younger. We got chicken pox. Let's have a party. Everybody come over. Let's get us all sick. That was the herd the herd immunity thing. That's the way it was. That's how we did it back in the day.
And I know we talked about off air, beforehand. Ventura County, California, is wanting to do the contract tracing, and they pretty much said on air. I mean, you could pull up the video if they come back as a positive result, and they will quarantine you themselves at a different location.
And that is complete and utter horse crap. Because, guys, I tell you what, that enough people has had it. Contact tracing isn't really all that effective because there are so many different places, so many people that we come in contact with. It's not even funny. Like me, contact trace me. Oh, holy crap! You got your hands full. I want to show you something. Now I got to bring it back up. Dadgummit, I just closed it out too. I got an email. All right. And this is a recent thing that I had turned on not that long ago. And it was Oh, was it in here or was it in the other one? I don't remember. Let's check my save folder because I think that's where I put it. Yep, nope, it's not in there. Let's shut it down. It's in my other email. But anywho, I turned this thing on, and it's a Google tracking thing, different places that you've been, and of which case, whatever. I'm a truck driver. I'm on ELD. Government knows where I'm at anyway. It's not a big deal for me. I don't care. Yes, I am aware, but I don't care. They're tracking me anyway, 500 different ways that it doesn't matter. So maybe I can't find this stupid thing.
Bet you hate that when you're wanting to find something you can't, but when you don't need it, it pops up everywhere.
Yeah. Here we go. This is got Saskatoon, got Minnesota, got New York, Pennsylvania, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, several places in Illinois. Got Indiana in here. There's also some places in Ontario over here. Y'all's looking at that map. That's like a month, not even a month's worth of traveling that I did. I was freaking everywhere. Yeah, go ahead, contact trace me. I dare you. I can't tell you where I was at. I got a logbook. That's the best you got, but you ain't going to be able to say who I've been in contact with. Holy crap. I don't get out much, but when I'm out on the road, you run into a lot of people.
Right.
That's just a month, and I've been from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, all the way down to L.A., as in Louisiana, not Los Angeles, California.
Runs into that song, I've been everywhere, man.
Dude, I have only, of all the towns that he names off in that song, there's only 5 that I've not been to.
Wow.
Exactly. I paid attention throughout that entire song several different times, and I was like, 5. That's it.
Crazy.
I'm a truck driver, dude. There's only one state I've not been to, and I've been in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 7 provinces up in Canada.
I see that red dot up there. It's you go pretty far north.
Yeah, I do, dude. It is ridiculous. When I go to Alberta, it's like in this area somewhere, Alberta, Calgary. Dude, I stayed up past 11. Sun was still up.
Wow.
I woke up at like 5 o'clock. Sun was already back up.
Crazy.
The sunset to see if I can see the northern lights, because you can from that far north. Mm-hmm. Sun wouldn't go down for me to do it. Wow. I was so here. I'm like, come on.
I just like to be up there, way up there in Alaska, where certain parts of the year they have, I think, I could be wrong about this, they have like 2 hours of darkness a day or less.
Right. Oh, dude, it's like in some places up there, you got like basically, a couple hours, and then it's basically in reverse in the wintertime, in the wintertime, to where you only got like an hour of daylight. Something, I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah. Linda put in here, Google thinks that I live somewhere else in our neighborhood, and I never corrected. That's hilarious. That is funny, Linda. That is awesome.
Well, what do you got coming up this week?
Well, we've got starting into the main part of the Constitution tomorrow. We're going to be covering Article 1. I don't know if I'm going to be doing the first half or if I'm going to be doing the first article, because there's like 10 whatever sections in the first article of the Constitution. But we're going to be covering that. We've got some awesome things to talk about on that one, and I got some numbers to show you guys that are absolutely infuriate you. I know they infuriate me, and so yeah, that's what I've got up for tomorrow. Otherwise, I think I'm going to New York. Yeah, I'm going to New York. I'm going to Massachusetts. Yeah.
New York or New York City or where?
No, not New York City. No. I don't go to New York City. I have close. I learned on one of my trips because we go to Ayer, Massachusetts, Albany, New York, and then Clifton, New Jersey. All right, and that's kind of like a and you go around and you do it in that order. Yes, on a map it would make sense to do Albany, New York, and then go further east into Ayer, Massachusetts, and then go cattywampus on down to Clifton, New Jersey. However, doing that puts you going through the Bronx and Queens, and it's freaking redonkulous.
Right.
Oh my God. I was cussing like a sailor whenever I did that. It was like, I was so angry.
Where's your favorite? I mean, what's your favorite place to go to on your routes?
Linda put Eastern Seaboard, bring your snowshoes. Ain't that right? What's my favorite route?
Yeah, your favorite route or favorite location on a route?
You know, in all honesty, my favorite route, and I've been to over 100 different customers that the company has. I've been to quite a few of them, and in all honesty, I love the Appalachian Mountains. I mean, I really do. You know, I've been over the Rockies, I've been on the Grapevine, I've been on Donner Pass, you know, I've been on Mount Eagle, I've been on quite a few other ones out east, and I am a fan of the Appalachian Mountains, and I really do like the New York run. It is gorgeous. Some of the places that, yeah, it's gorgeous. I love it.
Yeah, when I worked on the road a long time ago, I visited Salamanca, New York, up by Rochester. Uh-oh. Anyway, yeah.
Up by Rochester, New York?
Yeah, it is gorgeous, especially in the fall time. And so, yeah, and I don't think they associate themselves too well with New York City, kind of like we don't associate ourselves with Chicago.
Dude, you go outside New York City and the rest of the state just, you know, and that's the thing. You think of New York, you think of New York City. Kind of like you think of Illinois, you think of Chicago. I mean, that's just the way that it is, you know, and I feel bad for upstate New York. And man, upstate New York is freaking gorgeous too.
And the people are nice up there too.
Oh yeah. I mean yeah. And it's gorgeous countryside. Northern California is the same way. Oh my God. Amazing countryside up there.
Yeah, I heard those people up there are a lot different than Southern California.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Oh, they're actually nice.
Yeah.
Not just sarcastic nice. I mean, they're nice.
Right.
It's actually it's as different as night and day.
Well, we'll see where this madness continues this week. And
Matt says, awesome show. Time for normal. Time for norms, and yeah, it's time, guys. It really is. It's time. It's time. We don't have to keep the country shut down to keep those who are susceptible, those who are at risk, safe. We don't have to. I mean, it's just that simple. You know, the numbers, the science. The left love calling us science deniers. Mm-hmm. I mean, we don't acknowledge climate change, and they don't acknowledge that there's only two genders. You know, and that's right. Amazing, man, because, you know, whenever they're doing the numbers and stuff, you know, it's male and female that have been getting affected. It's amazing how all the other different genders out there are not getting COVID-19. That's amazing.
Don't forget those murder hornets now.
Oh, my God. I totally forgot about their murder hornets.
I seen a clip from The Simpsons that was back in the 90s, you know, about they had the virus, and then the doctor wouldn't give them the cure, and they seen a box truck, and they go, well, maybe the cure's in there. And they go pick up a box and drop it, and all these killer bees come out.
You know, and that's actually the thing, because the murder hornets, they kill bees. Okay. They blend in. That's what they do. They kill bees. That's actually bad.
Yeah.
Because we have a diminishing bee population anyway in the U.S., and that's really, really bad for plants, you know, plant pollination and stuff like that. That actually really is bad. You know, we are in the path of the murder hornets. Got to protect my honeybees. You've got honeybees. Dude, I petted a bee once. I've petted several sweat bees, and I've actually petted a bee. I was at and oh my God, this was absolutely epic. There was a truck that went through there that had bees. And apparently, whenever they transport bees, they kind of just trust the bees to kind of stay where they're supposed to stay. And it's kind of like a pig pen that's kind of open that they can get out. And apparently a bunch of them. He might have opened the door to check the load. I don't know. But needless to say, when I went through this place, and this was great because I was there for a good 45 minutes. I was there. Not because I had to be, that it took me that long, but because I was watching people. I'm a people watcher. I find people fascinating. And the amount of people that would stop and then pay attention, look up, and then look around and like, holy crap, this is Bravo Sierra, and then leave was hilarious. It's like, dude, they're not going to sting you. Just don't try to smack them. I mean, I had a bee land on my arm, and I'm just like, what's up, buddy? How you doing? I got close to him. I'm like, how you doing? You doing good? Can I pet you? Come here, sniff. And then they'd fly away. They're like, what is this human doing? Is he on crack or what? I mean, it's just, I have no problem with bees. I think bees are kind of cool, but yeah, I've had all kinds of them land on me when I was over there that day. I was like, and there was several people that are looking at me like I'm completely nucking futs. And yes, I am.
Just a little bit. Okay. A lot.
I knew this guy, he had a guy named Bill. He had one arm, and he was like, I once caught a fish, and it was this big.
Anywho. Seen a video yesterday. I seen a praying mantis tear apart one of those murder hornets.
I know, I seen that too.
That
yes,
was cool
I did. I was like,
there's your solution right there.
Right?
Just breed some praying mantises, and wherever the murder hornets come in, release them in that area.
Yeah, I seen that video. I was like, wow.
Just grab that sucker and just start ripping ate his head off.
No, he didn't eat his head off. He ate his head.
Yeah, just chomp.
I was like, that is awesome. The animal kingdom is just awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely cool. I was like, wow, that's kind of disturbing and amazing. And what is wrong with me for watching this and liking it? I'm like, this is kind of cool. Anyway, guys, that's all we got. That's all we got. You guys have yourself a wonderful evening. And we are going to end this on a high note.
How high?
Do you work at any of the myriad of jobs where you might have to sit on your bum all day? This high. Well, if so, maybe you know what it's like to suffer from the condition known as swamp ass. Well, if so, have I got the solution for you?
Anti-monkey butt powder.
That's right.
Anti-monkey butt powder.
You can use it indoors, outdoors, work or play, or on any occasion when you sit on your bum all day. Don't let your buns get red. Use anti-monkey butt powder instead. Available wherever anti-friction powder is sold.
Is that a staple for truck drivers?
Surprisingly enough, I didn't even get it at a truck stop. I got it at Ace Hardware here in town. They had two different bottles. They had for men, which is what this one is for guys. Actually, I'm sorry. And then they had another one for the ladies.
You didn't get them confused, did you?
No, I know which one I am.
I mean, the bottles.
No, because one's blue and one's pink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, they keep it kind of, idiot proof because it was like the lettering on it was like pinkish or something. It's pretty cool. All right, guys, that's all we got. Y'all have yourself a great night. Good night. Sleep tight. And if your bug bite, if the bed
bite it back.
That's what he said. This has been The HoHo Show. For more information, you can head to thehohoshow.com. And for the merchandise store, you can head on over to stinkpickle.com. That is stinkpickle.com. Until next time.